At around 11:30 this morning, former Vice President Joe Biden was elected President of the United States, reaching the 270 electoral vote threshold. Since then, hundreds of Bostonians have gathered at the corner of Boylston and Charles Street. They say change has finally come to America. Unlike most professional sports leagues, players in the Women's Football Alliance actually have to pay dues in order to be a member of a team. But the players we spoke to said it's a small price to pay for the game they love. We've got some new results coming out of the state of Ohio. 54% of the precincts reporting the former Vice President Joe Biden has opened up an 8-point lead against Donald Trump. Keep in mind, Ohio did count mail-in ballots early, so Democrats expected to have a pretty decent lead as the Election Day vote sweeps in. That is expected to help the president. Also, remember the fact I told you earlier, 28 out of the 30 elections since 1900, the winner of Ohio has won the presidency. Keep an eye on Ohio as we get some more of the vote. Could play a key role in this election.
Indigenous people, speak now!
Protesters from across the Commonwealth gathered in Boston today, passionately imploring Mayor Marty Walsh to change Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day is a positive day. It's a day when we can educate. It's a day when we can talk about the history, not only of Columbus, but of the history of this area, for instance.
Chalinadu Tones, a member of the Guayana Taino tribe, says Christopher Columbus should not be celebrated.
The atrocities that this one individual committed to my people are heinous acts.
Tones added that a name change is about more than symbolism.
It doesn't matter. Absolutely does matter. The pain and suffering just by listening to that name is extremely hurtful.
Organizers are hoping this march turns into action. They say it's time for Boston Mayor Marty Walsh to step up to the plate and make some long overdue changes.
Get off your butts and let's do something. And let's have a meaningful conversation. None of this political malarkey.
Besides renaming Columbus Day, protesters say other monumental changes need to be made.
That is why I can stand here today representing the United Confederation of Taino people, joining our voices with yours to say to the city of Boston, take down Columbus!
For Tones and her fellow Taino natives, it's about finally getting the recognition they deserve. In Boston, Tyler Englander, WEBJ News. Over 2.5 centuries after Bostonians first fought for freedom, people took to the streets to celebrate the power of democracy.
I just wanted to commemorate the moment, be around the people in the city that I love.
At around 11:30 this morning, former Vice President Joe Biden was elected President of the United States, reaching the 270 electoral vote threshold. Since then, hundreds of Bostonians have gathered at the corner of Boylston and Charles Street. They say change has finally come to America.
As a Muslim, and since the presidency of Donald Trump, I've lived in fear. My family and I lived in fear for those 4 years. And now, since Biden has won, I can say I'm a Muslim loud and proud.
Brazilian immigrant Andre Martins believes the election of Joe Biden is a win for tolerance.
The last 4 years as an immigrant have been 4 years of unrelenting terror and anxiety. Just knowing that he won't be in the White House is a huge relief that is indescribable.
Supporters of Biden say their work is just beginning.
It is this energy and camaraderie that is going to lead us to a new step in the future.
Regardless of who you voted for in this election, Americans are hoping the next 2.5 centuries are as successful as the first. In Boston, Tyler Englander, WEBJ News.
NFL Experience Challenges, they were a lot of fun. We clearly should not be athletes, but I still think we had a good time. All right, it is showtime. I haven't kicked a field goal ever. Played soccer up until high school. It's just going right through. I'm hitting bombs. All righty, uh-oh, folks. Try to look out.
Well, that was a disaster. We know that Natalie and I should not kick in the NFL. Mine were wide left, hers were what, all over the place?
Alrighty, we are going for the deep target first. Little Michael Vick, little Mark Brunell, Steve Young lefty action. Here comes the bomb. First try, let's go, baby. All right, I don't need any more. Nat, she's up. I don't need any more.